Okay, welcome to ETN News. We're looking at the farm's fire map, and you can see right here the anomalies. NASA has showed them too on their site. But you can see them here. They're darker red. And you got one over here on the east. Alright, now what we're going to do here, I do this all the time just to prove to you that this is real as real can get. It's not a game. It's not for views. Hey, I lose hundreds of subscribers when I do this, but if I don't do it, then a lot of people's going to be in danger of a lot of things, like big droughts and things like that. And these moving across the plate is getting thicker, closer to the surface, and they're getting more. Like right here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never seen 5 until yesterday and today. Alright, now what we're going to do here is we're going to drop back. You know, this is taking you through it, so I can't be wrong, and you can't say that it's fake or anything like that. No one can. This is real as can get. December the 23rd. Okay, we drop back on the 10th. Here's the 10th. Let me get that off so it won't put a glare. Alright, you see these? Look at those close. You can see where it's right here in a slant. I mean, you see what you see. Alright, it's over, but got thicker, but it come on over. And now this is going down into Florida. Now let's look at the 12th. Look at Florida, how it's all lit up. The whole east coast, the east part, not the east coast, but close to it. And we got this, got thicker and closer toward the surface. If you study it, you would know what I'm saying. Now, then we got, that was the 12th. Let's go to the 13th. I got to take you through this like this or you won't understand. Look how much it's moved over. Remember Florida? It was over here. And now we go to the 14th. You see how it's moved over around the lakes, the Great Lakes. And let's go to the 15th, today. You see how it's moving on over? Now, how can anyone, and many people do, and that's the reason they unsubscribe and, won't even watch my stuff because of this, because I bring the truth. How many people could really say that that's a fires that's moving across the plate, starts over here on the west coast and comes all the way across and goes off the east coast? How in the world could they even think that that's a fires? Those are fires. These are supposed to be fires, and most of them are not fires either. But this here is definitely not fires. And there's nothing wrong with the map either. Like I said, NASA has got it on their stuff. Okay, let's go look at something else. Like down here, you got all this to South America. Let's zoom into this. Now, you can see they show them up in North America and stuff, and they're showing on people's land and stuff. And of course it will, because it's got to come up somewhere. It can't help it if it's on a piece of land. But you can see these, South America, all scattered out. Let me back this up. Look here, what some big spots. Looks like fires. All down in South America. And it stays this way. I mean, big areas. And most of these places, there's nothing around. This has got some places down here, but not in this spot. Over here in the mountain range. I'm just trying to bring it to your attention, and, you really got to pay attention to some things. The earth will show you signs of stuff to come. But, these are not around working areas or nothing. And you back it up, it's awful. It's sad, really, really sad, because, look at all this. Now, you remember we talked about when this moved down here? The ones that's been with me for 4-5 years, they know what I'm talking about. This right here cleared out and moved down here. Now this cleared out and moved back up here. Now, how much does it take for the NASA map, the satellite, to pick up a fire? How long does it, how big does it have to be? It either has to be hundreds of feet in the air and a big flame, like out of an oil well or something, or it's got to be, like a few, like an acre, a couple acres big. It's got to be big before the fire map would pick it up. If it picked up house stoves and fires out in the yard and all that, well, the whole map would be covered. So if it takes that much heat to show up on the map, look how much heat this is putting out under our feet as it moves across the map. Let's go check the earthquakes and see what we got on there. Okay, here is Hawaii. And you can see what Hawaii is looking like. Got still some down on the slump. Still activity, and this has got to move both ways. And it's already moved over here a while back. We had a lot of activity over this way. But it's got to move both ways for where that magma came out and lava turned into hardened rock and went over top of the slump. Once the slump breaks, that has to crack too. It has to give. There's no way out of that. All right, here's what's going on in Alaska. Not too much from all the big activity we've been having down here on this side of the Pacific Plate. And let's check down in here. One small one around Yellowstone, very small. These down here, once you zoom in, they scatter out. And we got one quake, 3.0, east-southeast of Big Bear City, California, 3.5 miles deep. And we got a 2.8, I think it was. There's a 2.4, but a 2.8 around Mentone, Texas. I'd have to zoom in and everything on that. Puerto Rico. You notice we quit swarming over this way, where we usually swarm. It's over this way now. And the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. We had all the activity up here, up north. But then we get down here, and now we're starting to have activity down here. Well, that's where the ridge is, the plates pushing this way, away from this way, and away from that way. This is opening up, just spreading out, pushing both ways. So that's pushing the continents together. It's going to cause a lot of trouble. And I only got like 600 views on my last update, and it was there for 2 days. So I deleted all my updates on my channel, except for the one we're doing now and the one yesterday. It's only got 500 and some views. I deleted the one with 600 and some. And with all the rest, thousands of videos, took a while. But anyway, I deleted those, and I come to figure out what's going on here. A lot of people don't believe in stuff like that, but I'm a dreamer, and when I get on here looking around, it's like you see a spot and it eats at you and it eats at you, and it won't stop until you tell the people. And sometimes I tell the people and don't even know I'm telling the people, realize it until I've done it. I don't know if you've ever done anything like that before, but that's what goes on with me. And that's the reason we can see this building, or I can, and because I'm showed that. Well, if I'm only down to, 500-600 views on an update on each update. I sure don't get anything from YouTube hardly, like $2 an update or something. So that's $2 every 2 days, to stay on here and things. I think the Lord will provide me to be on here, and I'm going to try to do even better, as I go. But, I can't do but whatever I'm showed. That's all I can do. If I try to get any better than what I'm being showed, then I'm going in myself. But the thing about it, what I'm trying to explain is, back in the old days, they had watchmen that watched over things, and that was their job. That was their gift. That was their job, and they had to watch over things, watch over thousands and thousands of people, the whole city. I mean, they'd have to stand at the gates and watch. You got watchmen for everything. So I'm beginning to think, and really, really being showed over and over, and I keep putting it off, is, because I tell everyone, I'm showed this stuff. I don't lie about it and got no reason to. But I'm showed what I see. Well, back in the real old days, they was chosen ones. If, America probably wasn't discovered then, part of it anyway. But anyway, one out of so many thousands or millions or something like that was showed the dangers and things. God's chosen ones. And the ones that is here on my channel, even if the non-believers or anything like that, everybody's got their own belief. I'm not against that. You do what you want. That's what makes you comfortable in this life. But the non-believers and things like that, they're here for a reason. And I think it's where they got such a good heart, no matter what kind of person they are, that they got such a good heart that they help people, they donate to people, they go, and if they see them got a flat or anything, they will go and help them on that flat and not charge them. What covers multiple sins, and I mean multiple sins. It's charity. And I'm not a big sinner. I just tell you, I'm not a big sinner myself. But I still do the charity every which way I can, because it makes me feel good, and because that's just the way I am, the way I was raised. So the channel name will probably be changed, and I'll probably lose another 300 or 400 subscribers. But hey, if you're doing anything for the Lord, it's going to come and hit you hard, just like what it's doing now. YouTube is stopping all the earthquake forecasters, and the reason is, they don't want it seen, but they have to have a reason to shut them down. One person, all the foul language, so many copyrights that, and they had to shut her down. And then another one, they did stuff they wasn't supposed to against the community guidelines. They shut them down. I haven't never give them an excuse to shut me down. So that's the reason I'm still here, but they're holding me back. They won't send out notifications to a lot of people. They won't put me out on YouTube. You can't find me on there, not unless you type me in. I don't just pop up like everybody else does. So if, they're just holding me back. So YouTube is trying to break me, where, say, well, $2 every 2 days, he won't stay here. He'll have to shut down on the earthquakes, come up and magma and stuff like that, and come up with something else. Well, they don't know me too good, I get on something, I pretty well stick with it, and I can't, like this here, it makes me want to give up, because of the views. It's really sad that we work so hard. She works so hard in the mornings to look at the maps and the hot spots and search the United States, to major it, all this and that, even Hawaii and Alaska. This stuff takes so much time. But it's sad and it hurts, and you want to give up. You want to shut down. So that's it. I just can't take it no more. I'm just tired. And I am really tired. But I've come up with something, and I believe I about figured it out. So the channel name will be changed to ATN News for God's Chosen Ones. And if they unsubscribe, I can't help it. I believe that the Lord will help me through this. And He will watch over His people and the people that has got a good heart. I think He'll watch over them too, because they're not here for no reason. They're here for a reason, and they, stick with me, so He'll watch over them too, because of such a good heart. Anyway, I'll see you on the next updates. This is real as can get. I'm not going to get on here. And another thing is, a lot of people's moving to shows. Well, shows is not going to save their hind ends when this comes down. When all this cracks down, we'll see how far them shows will get them. And that will be a sad time too. But that's not my fault, not no one else's. It's their own choice. And I'll see you on the next updates. Everybody stay safe. And we'll be watching.